Jump right in. So, Brittany, you are live. Hey.
Hello.
Oh, jeez. I gotta mute my audio over here for a second. I have double audio, but welcome to the November Dye-a-Thon. So we have Brittany from Ugly Hand Dyes here to MC while I'm focusing and concentrating and basically just whisper in my ear and tell me what I should be doing.
Can't wait.
Fantastic.
Just tell you what to do.
Also live on Instagram on the phone, but if you want to see the high quality stream, head over to the YouTubes, and hopefully it's working this time, which it should be. But if it's not, then you can just come back to this Instagram stream. But with the YouTube stream, you can actually watch Brittany's face if you wanted to.
If you want to see my face, you got to go to the YouTubes.
Yes.
However, if you don't want to see my face, Instagram is the place for you.
Yeah. I don't even know if you can hear on Instagram. I could maybe turn up the volume a little bit, but yes. So the Dye-a-Thon theme for November is nature. So however you want to interpret that, yeah, just maybe you dye a disc that is leaf color and you throw it and it's gone the first time you throw it, or it could be, whatever you want. So the reminder of what the Dye-a-Thon is it's not a contest. It's just a fun way to try something new that if you're in a creative funk, you can do something, or if it's a new technique or method that you haven't tried, you can give it a try. But we would love to see what you create, and you can post what you create on the Dyers Guild website on the specific Dye-a-Thon. And if you post on the website of what you created, you'll be entered into a drawing randomly to actually win something. I think this month is a white dyeable disc, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe so.
Great. So yeah, what we're going to be doing is stuff that I just pulled together in the last 2 hours here. But what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing a stencil. Then we're going to be doing a background on that stencil using some nature. So I went around my yard and I grabbed some nature. So I got some pine leaves, some other normal leaves. I got pine cones. I got these little tiny pine cone thingies and some other pine cones, half-eaten walnut. So I even have a banana that I was going to eat that we might use.
Can we trim some of your beard hair and use it like a paintbrush?
I can maybe pluck something out here. Oh, yep, there you go. Here.
One singular hair.
So yeah, that is what we're going to be doing. And I don't really have anything planned besides that. And I'm open to suggestions and comments from you guys. Or you can yell at me saying that I'm doing it wrong, or you can yell at Brittany. But yeah, without further ado, we will get started. So I cut out the stencil already. This is what, let me actually go to the other camera here. So this is the stencil that I'm going to be doing. And I generated this stencil with AI using, I've been really liking Microsoft's image creator, I think it's called. But it's been pounding out some really good stencil style images. I've used Midjourney and some other image generation tools, but I found that this one seems to be the best for stencils.
Do you have a prompt recommendation for getting good black and white, clear?
Well, for this one, with that specific one, or just in general, terms that I like to include are obviously black and white. Depending on what you're working with, it could be either black and white clip art. I put that at the end of whatever term that I want, or black and white line drawing, or black and white stencil, or a combination of everything. So this one I used Night and Day Nature black and white clip art.
Sweet. Apparently it says 2024 Halloween contest. I don't know if that's an easy fix or not.
Well, it is.
We can update that with our, let's call down to tech really quick. Excuse me. Yes. You forgot to put the correct title in. Dave's tech. and everything else, in case you were wondering.
All right, look at that. Like nothing ever happened. I spelled November correctly. All right.
Probably not.
No, but then people can yell and complain. All right.
More comments, the better.
Exactly. What I'm going to do is apply the stencil. First thing is I want to mark the center. Usually when I cut out the stencil, I have a little circle of where the center is. I thought I did at this one, but I kind of know where it is, and I'm actually just going to poke a hole, hopefully where the stencil or the center is. And that,
I actually really like that technique for centering. I use that a lot too.
really?
Yeah, I learned it from you.
Huh.
But sometimes it's not always ideal if there's things going on in the middle.
Yeah.
But I'll still do it on the screen. I'll just like make a little circle and I'll make it like lime green so it's got good contrast, and then you can like see where it is. It's nice.
All right. I have a bunch of bugs crawling around because I think of all the nature. I'm like, what the hell?
Usually be too cold in Wisconsin, but this year's been a little bit warm.
Yeah. Well, you know about nature, I guess.
Yeah.
So if you ever want to know about a turtle's penis, you know, we got you
I have some facts for you.
We got you covered. So yeah, now I marked the center, and I'm going to be applying the transfer paper. It's basically glorified masking tape. I personally like to use this because it's super easy to apply. You don't get a whole lot of bubbles. It's just easier to work with. I've tried other stuff like the plastic stuff. Brittany, I know you like to use the clear plastic with the grid on it. Yeah. But now I'm going to mark the front, pressing on there. And I'm only making a dot so you guys can see, but I don't necessarily need to do that. So yeah, now we got that prepped. One thing that I almost forgot is I want to clean the disc, and the disc that we're dyeing is a MVP Watt.
A great putter.
Indeed. I'm trying to think. I don't know if I have any white dyeable discs that are natured named.
Yeah, so many people are clever with that. I'm not. I just do whatever I want.
What are some what are some discs that are natured named?
Olive and Innova.
I guess.
They're all animals. It's pretty nature.
Well, I don't have that. The other one is AGL because I know they're very conscious. Oh, nope, I don't have any dunes. I was gonna say Trash Panda.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna whip out my Disc-Align Pro 3000.
It's the Pro 3000.
What was that from? I
In
think
the
it was,
year 2000.
yeah, wasn't that an SNL skit?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
AGL is all about the trees. Yeah, that's pretty naturey.
All right. This works beautifully.
The timing could not have been better.
That
if you're struggling to center your discs, check out the...
That laser was going out, so...
oh, you meant to do that.
Yeah. Alright, I gotta peel the backing paper off. And I like to go at a sharp angle to reduce any peeling up, which, oh, there shouldn't be. It's a fairly basic stencil.
Probably really easy to see too with that black. With the clear,
yeah.
It's like you gotta hit it at an angle to see if there's any that peeled up.
Look at that. First take, first try.
Like butter.
Okay. Let's see here. Now, If you were savage, you'd put the disc on top of the vinyl, but we're sophisticated people here, and I'm going to put the vinyl on top of the disc. Okay, sometimes I do like to put the disc on top of the vinyl. The reason I'm doing it this way this time, for my rationale, is that the wad is pretty flat. I kind of want to taco it with the vinyl stencil and gently roll it to reduce any potentially air bubbles.
Deathbutt says he wants to fight. Just kidding. He says it's easier to put the disc on the vinyl.
You know, tomato, tomato, but you're wrong. Especially with flat discs, I like doing this because then I can work my way from inside out.
I don't understand how you know where your design is if you put the disc on. It's just a different technique that I just don't do, so I don't
There's a
understand the
center
logistics.
dot.
No, for you, I get it. I mean, if you put the disc on the, do
Oh,
they put a circle on there so they know where to put it?
basically the same thing, just reversed, I think.
I don't know. I don't do anything fancy. I just eyeball it every time, guys.
Yeah, you're a bit crazy.
But I use that center circle on the design.
All right, so I fingered the disc, got it nice and smooth. Now I'm using a felt tip squeegee to get really in there and make sure everything is hunky-dory. And I don't have to be exactly perfect with the outside, because with the design that I have here, I have it black, so it's going to get cut off, and I have the black rim, so I designed it that way.
That is nice.
Side thing. So, Adam Cecil on Instagram, how do we know if we are selected for the Holiday Disc Dye Exchange? Well, if you submitted, you're selected, but emails will be going out later this week. Emily from Disc Dye by Emily is assigning and sorting people. So, yeah, should be coming out later this week. We have, I think, 85 people signed up, which is really cool.
Awesome. Are you doing one, Dave?
Emily said, "You didn't sign up." I'm like, ah, crap. Of course I'll be doing one. So,
I just forgot to sign up. I signed up. I was like, I'm really busy and definitely shouldn't sign up. So I'm going to sign up because that's how I live my life.
there you go. Wow, this is like perfectest thing. There's like no air bubbles.
It looks so smooth.
Because it is. So that's that, and I should be able to pull the outside off. So
that you get dye all over your table.
I'll be putting down some stuff.
The backing is really nice for that. Like, keep the backing when you pull that off and then put it under your disc because it's kind of got that like waterproofness. It's good. It's a good protector for your table.
So I think the disc was off-centered because it's a little off-centered, and I'm looking at the little center nipple, and it's dead nuts.
Yeah, just color it black where that little white's showing. No one will ever know.
Exactly. I'll be pulling off the edge as well. So, oh look, a spider.
Don't kill it. It's a nature themed.
I know.
Use it to dye your disc.
Oh, come on, little guy.
Dip his little feet and let him crawl across.
Yeah, there's no way you can see. Oh, now it's just hanging down. Oh, God.
You're freaking out half of the audience right now. Like, oh my God, a spider.
That's not poop on my hand. That is pine cone juice.
Poop is nature too, Dave.
Hey, little guy. Fuck off. All right.
Emily said the assignments are going out in the next 48 hours.
Fantastic. All right. Now, the fun part. Weeding the parts that I want black. And this is why I have a reference image. But I was even doubting myself with the reference image if that's what I wanted. So, we will send it. I'm just going to grab a chair.
Well, the side with the moon should definitely have the black background.
That shouldn't have happened. Right. All right. So this is the fun part. Hopefully it shouldn't take too long. But yeah. No, I'm excited for the exchange.
I just kind of am like, how many people are cool with a Halloween disc for Christmas? Like, what are my chances here?
Well, that's kind of your style.
Yeah. We'll see if I know the person. That'll help too. Decide.
Gotcha.
What tool are you using to pull that up? Do you use that little hooky thing or just the tweezies?
Sometimes I double fist it, and I mainly use the tweezers to pick it up for the most part. This I use to hold down, so if there's something really tricky, I hold it down. And for really, 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 really fine stencils, I've been really liking what you've been recommending. This thing, which is looks like a pen, but it's basically a needle point on there.
It's so tiny.
Yeah, it's literally like a needle.
I've said it before, you just gotta be careful not to stab the disc, but if you go at an angle, you can pull up the tiniest little bits. It's really nice.
Yeah, I like to use that for really fine lines, just kind of dab it in there and lift it up slightly, then I use my tweezers to pick it up.
Yeah, or like little tiny dots, you can just kind of like flick them up a little bit and then you can pull them up with the tweezers. Nice.
Very nice.
You got some fine stuff in this one, for sure.
Not
too bad.
I wanted to pick a simple one.
Yeah, so the weeding doesn't take forever.
Yeah, that Halloween stencil, the pumpkin guy sitting on the thing, was a bit time consuming.
Not too bad. We were just talking about, since we're talking about the Christmas thing, I was just thinking about how good of a gift the rim jobber would be for Christmas. So put it on your Christmas list and send it to your friends.
You know, why not surprise your friends with a good rim jobber? They may not expect it, but they'll thank you for it.
Yes. Also, if you want one, just send the link to your significant other or mom or whatever, and they can buy it for you.
Why are you sending me a link to the rimjobber.com?
Just trust me. It's fine.
You have to clear your search history and browser history after that.
I was there when Dave looked to see if that was available, and we were all shocked that that was still available.
Yeah, I gotta grab it while it's wide open. Speaking of the rim jobbers, this is them right here. I don't have a fully assembled one, but what's nice is you can stamp the inside of your rim, and you got this nice handle to grab and make your mark anywhere that you want, nice and easy. So it's laser cut out of plywood, and the stamp is also laser cut. The nice thing about our stamps is it's actually laser cut right along the engraving, so you don't have any issues where if you press too hard you get like the edge of a square stamp in there. So that's super nice. And we have these cute little faces.
And you can pick which face.
You can. Also,
I was excited about that.
Having new options with stain colors. So we have different stain colors that you'll be able to pick in the near future.
Sweet.
So it'll look maybe a little bit more fancy-er than just plain wood, or just looks like poop. But yeah, Coming soon.
Oh, there's the stained ones. Nice.
Yeah. So, get your disc golfer friend that you don't know what to get besides another disc, a rim job, or
Yeah, you can use it for business to like as a signature, or you can use it just to put your phone number and name on your disc. So it works for all disc golfers.
yeah. What's really nice is if you have a clear disc and you want to, you're a dyer and you want to mark your logo or whatever on the disc, you can do it on the rim rather than the flight plate, so it's not visible. And Brittany, I just finished up your rim jobber.
Yay!
So expect a rim jobber coming in the mail shortly.
Don't worry, babe. It's just a rim jobber from Dave. Don't worry about it.
We also have a back stamper, which is just a flat flight plate stamp as well. So if you don't like rim jobs, you can get a back stamp. Back stamper.
Perfect. Is it a back stamper or a back tapper? I don't remember.
Back tapper, I'm sorry.
Yeah, okay.
You're the one that helped come up with the name.
I would never.
Oh. Wow, this vinyl is really sticking.
Oh, did you heat up your disc?
No. Exactly, huh?
Oh, you said the dye was heating up.
Yeah, the dye. So I had to re-up my black denatured alcohol mixture and fill it with more dye, and I have it in the dehydrator heating up. And I also have the lid off so it doesn't explode.
I was gonna ask that.
Yeah.
Hopefully it doesn't
Evaporate.
dehydrate too fast. Did you put foil on it?
No, you know, that's what I was
Designed to dehydrate.
Gosh.
He comes back and it's just it's back to powder form.
Where'd it go?
Oops. It's too long.
Really, the basic components of a dehydrator is just heat.
And fans.
Well, yeah, but I have the lid on top of it.
Oh,
loosely,
okay.
but
Then you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're good then.
I mean,
That's totally fine.
I just put it in there like 20 minutes ago.
Have you tried the method where people are putting like foil over their glue beds? I've seen like Moogs doing it, and maybe Ivan from Dylicious. Where like when you put it in the dehydrator, you put a piece of foil over it so you don't get that like really sticky edge around the edge that like the glue boogers. I want to try that. I also am like, is that gonna get the same heat as it did before? Like, is the plate still gonna get as hot?
Well, that is an interesting thing. I would say yes. I guess I would equate it to like cooking. You want, I don't know, not really a cooking expert, but if you want like nice even heat,
you put foil over it.
And you don't want it to dry out, because that's basically what a dehydrator is doing, is drying stuff out. So that's why the edges are crispy. So
but when you want to get that golden brown layer, you take the foil off, which means more heat's happening, and you want a nice warm flight plate, right? Disc.
Well,
I think it would still get warm. It's obviously working. Moogs has stellar color, so.
Yeah, and now I want to try that, and my theory is it would just take a little bit longer than raw dogging it.
That's what I was thinking too. Like maybe an extra 50. I usually do an hour anyways. I know you do 45 minutes. I just do the hour because that's where the timer is.
Yeah.
So I think the hour would probably be enough. I want to do that though. I hate cleaning off those boogers on the edges.
Yeah. Well, the nice thing is if you have a stencil that goes to the edges, then you don't have to worry about it sometimes.
Yes, that is true. But for your classes, how much nicer would cleaning those discs be if you didn't have that goop on the edge?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Huh. If I was doing a glue bed background for this, I actually would do that.
Yeah, to test it out.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna start doing it. I just keep forgetting to put foil in here. Yeah. I have to have it right in front of my face or I will forget it. So like put the foil in the dye room. I pull it out and go, oh yeah. The foil.
And you forget.
Uh-huh. Do you have plans for these nature tools?
Oh yeah, I don't think I explained exactly what I'll be doing with these nature tools. Going to use them to create texture for the background of the disc. So I've never done anything like this before, ever. So why not do it live first time?
Yeah, I think that's the idea of the Dye-a-Thon, right? Is to like inspire creativity and give people ideas. So why not do something different yourself?
Yes.
Inspire yourself.
Or fully mess it up, delete the video, and throw the disc away.
Yeah, that's why you got to watch live, because he could be your only chance to see it.
Yes. I got a question on Instagram. Can you leave a Floetrol cell dye to dye without using heat, like you would lotion dye? I want to say yes, but you may not get the same results or as good of results. My
I would
theory,
say for cells, it's definitely not ideal.
yeah, I was gonna say because gonna more time you sit, the more it's gonna like migrate and move, which will blur the
like
lines.
Blurry.
But if that's what you're going for, cool. But heat is your friend with dyeing majority of the time. Speeds up the process because I hate waiting for things, and you get typically better saturation, especially with like neon colors, because it opens. Got a good analogy of using heat with disc dyeing, and that is, think of it as, I guess, water. So when you have cold, icy water, really hard and nothing really permeates it or can go through it. But as soon as you start heating up that water, it becomes a little bit more malleable and liquidy, which allows things to flow through it better. And that's kind of the same thing with plastic. It's solid, but you still have different states of matter with it. Like when it gets warmer, it gets more malleable, which allows things to move through it like a dye better than if it was cold. So,
yeah, I remember when I first started dyeing, I was like, oh, I don't have a heat source. I'm just gonna resist that thing for a really long time for no reason, when really the heat is gonna be a game changer for you. You're gonna get that heat source and you're gonna be like, I should have done this 6 months ago, because I definitely waited too long, being stubborn, or not even stubborn, just like, I don't need it.
yeah.
And I regretted it. I was like, I should have just got the heat source. So you can go to your hardware store and get a heat lamp for like $10 and a light bulb for another $7.
Yeah,
It's worth it.
it is. He said that I got ahead of myself and did a cell dye without picking up a heat lamp and don't really want to use my oven.
Yeah, oven's not great.
Don't use your oven. Could you? Yes. But there's a lot
Just
of
crank up the heat of your house and put it by a vent and just suffer for the next 3 hours.
yeah, I mean if you have like a space heater, that could potentially work if you're safe with it.
That would help. A seed mat, if you happen to be a gardener, I used that for years and that thing was great.
Yeah.
Too late for sunshine. And depending on where you're at, not gonna work.
Okay. Well, almost done weeding here. So I think weeding is my least favorite part about this time.
Oh, I like it.
Well,
Do you like peeling sunburns, Dave?
I do, but I don't like taking an hour to peel my sunburns.
Oh, you want that quick gratification. You are kind of like that. You're kind of like, I want results now.
Yeah, so I like putting white glue in my hand, letting it dry, then picking it off.
That's the amount of waiting that's acceptable.
Yes. And that's why I try to choose really simple designs. But this vinyl is, I think it's a
new batch.
New batch. And or the watt plastic might just really be sticky. Or, yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. Sometimes I feel like I get more residue than other times, and I can't really find a reason. Like, why is this one stuck on so much and the other ones weren't?
Yeah, I've seen people have issues with that where, it's literally the same
Yeah,
Oracle
everything.
651 or whatever they normally get,
Hmm.
but the batches are different. Like some get more goop on it than others, and I'm trying to figure out what exactly is causing that. If it's like maybe it's an old batch or a new batch, or maybe got it got heated it up.
Yeah, like in a warm truck in transport or something, or a warm warehouse somewhere.
Yeah. 'Cause, yeah, I think like the manufacturer consistency should be relatively consistent. Because like Oracle, they're no small company.
I don't know. I feel like it even varies just disc to disc in the same batch. Or one disc just seems, I don't know, to get more vinyl goo on it. But definitely batch to batch, it can vary.
All these schnibbles. All right, almost done here. At least the big chunks. But I'm super excited for the Secret Santa. Very curious to see what people are going to get and do.
Yeah, Emily said she's randomly drawing and that she's doing that in the next 48 hours. So you may not get an email in the next 48 hours, but
yeah,
they'll start going out after that. So don't panic if you don't get it in the 48 hours. But I'd say if it's been like 4 or 5 days, maybe shoot her a message if you got missed. But give her
yeah,
a little time. She works a full-time job and dyes discs, and she's got cats, like they keep you busy. She's a busy lady.
the DG Drew 89 says, "Do you find it easy to weed the vinyl after you stuck it rather than before?" Uh, Most of the time, yes. If it's like a really simple stencil, I may weed it before I put it on the disc. But the other reasoning is, if you took all that time weeding a detailed stencil and you mess it up applying it, you just wasted all that time.
Yeah, I think you do that once or twice and you're like, I'm never doing that again. I'm just going to weed it on the disc. Because at least then you know if it's centered.
Yeah. I think, I don't think I've done that, but I've had a really, well, either way it still sucks. A really detailed stencil, put it on, messed up, and I had to take it off. But all the parts stayed on there, so you had to basically weed it all off.
That is true. I have done that. It is terrible. I did it on a really detailed disc design once. Oh my gosh, I was just sitting there and then I'm like trying to be gentle on the plastic too. Like I don't want to double scratch this thing. I
Yeah,
feel like you're already nick it enough.
like I want to just take a scraper and go.
Yeah, but I'm like so worried about scratching it.
Yeah. Oh,
We have two girls with their phones in the shower while they watch us.
that's
According to the chat.
great.
That's what girls do though. We're so busy. We just need to make sure we maximize our time. Watch videos in the shower, make phone calls on your way to work, whatever you got to do. Get things done.
I can see if you're like taking a bath, but I mean, you could
People be wild in the shower.
you could take a shower, watch in the shower, and have a shower beer.
Must be nice to have that I bring my phone in the shower money, I'm not there.
My phone
That's a day
flips.
of life.
Oh. All right.
I'm just picturing the sound with in the background. It's the water.
Yes.
I listen to podcasts a lot in there, you know? Gotta gotta keep learning about murder.
Uh-huh. That's great.
It's a little bit scary because you're like,
Yeah. Hello?
"Did I hear something?
I'm gonna get
Someone
naked
here?"
and take a shower.
Efficiency, yes.
All right. I hate these little tiny schnoodles. I
Uh-huh.
I also try to pick stencils or do stencils that you can just pull off in one go. Ones that are really satisfying like that are spiral Bettys.
Yeah. Yeah, unless you go too thin and then you pull it off and it keeps breaking in the skinny parts. Oh my gosh, don't ever go too thin with those, you guys.
Have you ever done a
It's
spiral
very
Betty?
yeah. Yeah, if you can adjust, like, how detailed it is,
Mm-hmm.
and, like, one time I went too detailed,
Mm.
and the image looked great, but it got so thin in spots that, like, it would break, and I, like, had to go back in and find the line. It was not great. It's really tempting to get that extra detail.
It is.
Not worth it.
But from far away and you squint your eyes, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Just as long as you hold your disc out and look at it with squinty eyes, you're good.
Exactly.
I've done a couple. One of them was one of my biggest disc fails ever, so
Really?
yeah, it was in the beginning of my career, and it was a MVP, and it had a really deep stamp,
Oh. Ugh.
and it said pyro on his forehead. It was like a coach's face, and it said pyro on his forehead because it like bled where the embossed stamp was. And I was like, I'm so sorry, I'll make you another one. He's like, no, I love it. It's supposed to be funny anyways. This is great. And he didn't care.
That's good.
I totally was like, I'll just, make you another one. He's like, no, it's perfect.
Nice. Although school teacher and pyro, it's kind of.
Mm-hmm. It was just centered so great.
All right, so I got some small dots left, and I'm actually going to use my little needle poker.
Yeah, it's a really great tool to have.
Oh, it's so neat. Other,
Nature.
would you look at it? Look at it. But I know other people think use like a safety pin.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. It basically is like that, just has a better grip.
Yeah.
It's got the pen feature.
How did you even find this?
Pipe Dreamer 64? Is that what his number is? I never remember the number, but Pipe Dreamer recommended it to me.
Huh.
I was doing like a really detailed Grateful Dead stencil, and he's like, "Oh, you should check out this tool if you don't have it yet." So I got it and I use it and I recommend it. Full credit goes to Pipe Dreamer.
Like, who would ever think this existed?
Yeah,
What is
it seems very specific. I'm sure there's, I don't know, model building or something. I don't know.
Yeah, that's.
I don't know.
Is it
I
something
guess
that,
it really is a vinyl tool.
is it something people use for drugs?
No, it'd be much bigger then. I don't think so, Dave.
That reminded me of.
But what would I know?
That reminded me of Home Improvement. I don't think so, Tim.
Yep. A good one. I was like, my first crush was Jonathan Taylor Thomas. Not Tim the Toolman Taylor.
Uh-huh. It was funny as a kid. Then I rewatched it as an adult, and it was a different kind of funny.
That's a good writer.
Yeah.
If it was like you picked up on like adult humor, or like it was funny in a bad way.
All right. Question. So I have that sun there. Should I weed any of it to be black? I was thinking like the spiky bits and maybe the inside.
Let's see the original image. Oh, because the sun is black.
Yeah.
Oh,
But I was gonna leave that inner circle and color it, honey.
or leave it white.
I could do that too, but that's lame. I think I just might do the spiky bit black, and
Yeah,
yeah,
that sounds good.
sure, why not? Who cares?
Nothing matters.
It doesn't. Time isn't real.
Thank you.
Except I don't have enough of it.
It's not real, but I need more of it, so please send it my
Exactly.
way.
All right. I think I got it weeded, and that took most of our time. All right.
CJ.
Nice seeing you guys. Until next time.
Have a great night, everybody. Hope you liked hearing about Tim the Toolman Taylor and rim jobbers.
Okay. Put my tools away. Wanted to make sure that wasn't a bug. Scrape up on my schnibbles.
You're gonna have like a bug infestation from your nature theme.
Well,
Why are there so many bugs in the compound?
I mean, we do have mice in the house, so can't be worse than that.
Well, now they have more food.
Huh. All right.
Gotta get a cat.
No.
Not a cat guy.
Our dogs, my one dog, Finley, he caught one once, but he didn't know what to do with it. He's like, it's in my mouth. Now what?
Have you seen the videos of cats doing that? They like don't know what to do with the mouse. They're great.
All right. Ooh, this is really warm.
Warm?
Ooh. Oh yeah. Take it up ever so slightly. I'm very curious to see how this is going to go because I've never really warmed up my DA before.
Think it's gonna go on faster. Would you remind us what colors you use for your DA mixture for black?
Yes, everything. My initial
Nailed
mixture
it.
was literally everything, which was onyx, dark dungeon, cool black, and I dye black.
Mm-hmm.
But my re-up, I just did onyx and
Dark dungeon?
yeah, that crappy color.
That terrible, dark, amazing color. That's good for so many things. Yes.
So, if this wasn't a blank disc and it had a stamp, I would actually heat it up to mold the vinyl into the embossed part so there's no bleeds. But I'm not going to do that with this. And since the vinyl was sticking really well, I don't expect any bleeds. I forgot. Maybe here.
Yeah, you didn't do any burnishing because it was like super smooth, huh?
Yeah.
I think I burnish every time, no matter what. I'm like paranoid.
I mean, I'll go around with my finger and give it a good fingering, but other than that.
So if you add heat, because there's a stamp underneath, do you go around and burnish after you've added the heat?
Yes.
Me too.
I know you have your special burnishing tool. I like to use
That's what Mark uses.
this one, which
Like
is
a little ball on the end.
Yeah, two different size balls.
A baller.
You know, they're different sizes. You know, that's fine. But yeah,
They're sisters, not twins. Or brothers, not twins. That's what we say about our eyebrows, Dave. Have you ever heard that?
No. All right. Second here. So I'm going to grab an eyedropper. I'm going to plop it on. And it is going to run over the rim of the disc, and I'm not too worried about it.
Black rim, it should be fine.
It is. It might even get on a little white part on the rim, but again, that's fine. That's why it's on the back, because no one's going to see it. So
CJ mixes onyx and chocolate.
Huh.
Makes sense. I guess onyx is more of like a blue-gray undertone with that brown equals out to black. I don't know.
Don't know, you're the queen of color.
Well, I'm wondering now what medium I think he's a hot dipper, isn't he? DJ, do you hot dip or do you DA? Because chocolate in DA is a very different color from chocolate in like a glue bed. It's just my 2 cents on it. It's pretty light, kind of yellowy.
I haven't used chocolate a whole lot.
I have a custom mix for my DA brown, for like a rich brown, because I did find the chocolate to be kind of lighter and yellowy.
We don't want no of that poor brown. We want that rich brown.
It's got a place. I still use it, but it's not the same as in a glue bed or when you add that heat. Acetone DA mix. Yeah. That acetone will bump it up a bit.
All right, I'm just kind of spreading the pool that I have around on here.
So I think people like Dave and I like the DA for painting the black on because it's like that instant gratification, not the like constant waiting and checking of the hot dip, which I know some people have like a really fast hot dip method, but I've also melted a disc, so I tend to stick to this method.
I was going to try something that I forgot. Damn it. What I was going to do is instead of using black, is using some color. So like paint certain different things a color.
That would have been cool. I have done that.
Yeah, because I was going to do like the tree kind of a green color.
Uh-huh.
Well,
you fucked up.
Yeah, too late now.
Is it really black because it's so hot?
It's
it looked like it went on rich.
Yeah, well, it could be the mixture that I did, which I put a crap ton of dye in there, or the heat, but I think it's a mixture of both.
I think the heat's a big factor though, because a fresh batch isn't ever quite the same as even the next day.
I'll say this is probably the fastest that it's ever gone black.
Yeah.
Usually I have to do a couple layers, but yeah. Highly recommend heating up your dye and or disc.
I have a tip for that. A lot of times I do like a little cup of hot water, like a mug or a plastic cup, and I just keep my dye in it until I'm ready to use it, and then I take it out and use it. And it's nice and warm. It goes on good.
Nice. The only heat source that I had that wouldn't, burn it or kill me was my dehydrator.
Yeah. Those seem like it worked great.
Yeah.
Again, make sure you loosen that lid so you're not like exploding dye all over your
oh man.
Dehydrator.
Imagine if that exploded. 4 ounces of dye just going everywhere. I mean, I guess it is contained if you do have the door shut, but not fun.
Right. Hopefully it doesn't get into any places it shouldn't. Ever use a mug warmer? I've heard of people doing that. Yeah. So CJ uses a mug warmer. If I had one, I probably would, but I'm kind of scrappy that way. I just use what I have.
Right.
And our water gets really hot really fast in my house, so it's pretty easy to just be like, here's a bunch of hot water.
Nice. All right. Next, I'm going to take some 91% isopropyl alcohol and just clean all the excess dye, because I don't know if you can see that, but you see that coppery sheen? That is excess dye that you want to get off. Otherwise, even though it is on the vinyl, you're still going to have a bad time.
Yeah, you touch like one speck of that extra dye and get it on your brush or your whatever.
Yeah.
And it will smear on your disc.
So you can use soap and water if you have that. I just like to use ISO relatively quick and fast.
You don't have a really convenient sink up there, so it makes sense.
I mean, I do have my sink, but I'm out of water up here.
Right, you have to like fill it and haul things down.
Yeah.
This is a much more convenient way if you're isolated
So I'm using a shop towel and I'm going over it just to get as much off as possible. And I'm not like scrubbing the crap out of it. I'm being cautious not to lift up any vinyl edges. I like to use a shop towel because with cotton swabs or pads or anything like that, I always find that they catch and leave little fuzzies all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Shop towel doesn't have any lint or anything like that. Yeah.
A superior towel, and it's affordable. It's a great thing to have around.
Yeah. Good if you're in a shop.
I've been using them a lot for, you know how I've been saying like some colors kind of leave a residue behind when you paint with DA?
Uh-huh.
I've been using like a little spray bottle of water and then just like wiping off with a shop towel that excess, and then I don't have to like keep like running elsewhere because sometimes that residue I feel like it stops dye from getting into the plastic. So just doing like a little rinse wipe in between. It's been good.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Got a little on the bottom white, but I'm going to spin that. You'll never know. Okay.
There's always a solution.
Yes.
Almost always.
That's what this dyeing is fixing your mistakes.
Mm-hmm. You just learn more ways to fix things as you go.
Yes. Okay. Now, trying to think, what do I want to do? I think I'm going to do the daytime background.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll do that in the next 10 to 15 minutes. Then, if you are a member, you can watch the members only stream right after this. And if you are a member and watching this, it might start a little bit later, so I apologize. But we will attempt to finish the rest of this disc on the member only stream.
And Dave's doing what I say not to do, which is dyeing immediately after doing the black. So just a good spot to put that tip in there. Wait a while, wait 24 hours or so, even 12.
Yeah.
After you do the black, and it's nice, makes a difference.
It does. But for what we're going to be doing per se,
yeah,
it's not
totally
fine.
It's really the most noticeable on like yellows, where you're gonna see any little bit of impurity, right?
Yeah. I feel like it's really important if you're doing hand painting, but if you're doing like any sort of bed after this, it's not necessarily as important.
Yeah, what are you doing?
I don't know. What are we doing?
Well, you have all the tools over there, the leaves and pine cones. So I assumed you'd be doing DA or some sort of hand painting.
Hand applying, not necessarily rubbing. That's why I say it shouldn't matter, because I'm going to be blotting more or less. And we'll see if the blotting still does create any issues.
Yeah, I think it depends on like how much excess dye you have, because if you have a puddle and some of it's touching black, it'll like pull a little out.
Well, we'll find out.
Kind of adds a nice watercolor effect though, so could be nice on this nature themed dye.
Could be. And this is the blackest black that I've ever blacked.
Heat up your dye, folks.
That wow, took fast, and that is murdered out, man.
That looks really good. It was really fast. It was just like, and I think it's done.
Yeah. I get to weed some more. This vinyl is just super sticky and tearing.
Yeah, that clear vinyl is real stretchy.
I like.
You just can't see it. That's all.
I like the matte vinyl because it is more malleable at all temperatures. It's a little bit easier to work with, and I also like it because it is matte and the disc is shiny, so I can have better contrast of.
Use it as like a reference.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's great.
Like, the dye is blacker than the vinyl.
Yeah, it looks like it. Like, yeah, you can see that. Awesome.
Well, I'm happy about that. Glad I did that. Other stuff that I did is heated it up the disc before, and that kind of helped, but I think actually heating up the dye helped even more.
So you did heat the disc. That's probably why it's so
Not,
sticky.
not this time, no. This is all room temperature.
Oh, like in the past you've done that.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, for the nature, how do you think the best way would be to do this?
There's a couple ways you could go about it.
Okay, explain.
You could like do drops of dye and then like push the leaf onto it and see if you get any texture. Could be fun. You could dip and press. You could dip and splatter. I don't know. What ideas? What do you have any ideas?
My idea would be basically trying to get the dye on the nature, then press it on like you would with when you're doing like ink stuff. Try to get the imprint of that.
I think that could be cool.
Now, acetone or denatured or lotion?
Thinking lotion could be cool if you wanted to get like imprints. I also wonder if you like put lotion down and then like pressed the leaf down, if that would like make imprints at all. We don't know. We're experimenting here, people. So if you have any ideas,
yes,
throw it in the chat. We would love to hear your ideas.
Please tell us what to do.
Basically, Dave's like, oh, I was thinking about using nature, but I don't have time, so I'm just going to do whatever. And I was like, well, this is the time to experiment and play. And so I made him go find nature. So we have to find a way to apply it.
Yes.
Yeah, I think lotion could be cool. I think you could maybe get some different things.
Yeah, I don't know. Find out.
I think the pine cone you could maybe like dip or like somehow get it on there and then almost use it like a sponge and get like different depths of color with it.
The pine cone isn't very malleable. It's pretty hard.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I mean, like I want to see you roll that really fine one. I kind of want to see you like roll it on the disc.
I could do that.
Who knows if it'll work, but it could be fun.
Yeah.
We're here to try things.
So now that we kind of have a method, what color should we do for this? Obviously, I'm thinking blue.
Are we doing the light?
Yes.
Yeah.
So the daytime.
You could do sunsetty, or you could do blue.
Well, the sunsetty might be cool if I use warmer colors, because I want to do the dark side with cool colors like blue and purple.
Right, right. So the sunset is kind of nice for those, like, for contrast with the night.
Yes.
It's like yellow, reds, oranges, or pink, orange, yellow.
I don't have pink here.
Orange, yellow, red.
Yes.
Soak the pine cones before rolling them if using acetone or DA. Yeah, I could do lotion. Like you could do like a base. This is what I'm thinking. A base of DA and then a roll of lotion over it. And getting kind of some textures in there. You could also use it for negative space. Maybe. You could like put glue on the leaf too and make negative space that way.
I could. All right. I'm gonna put down a towel because things are gonna get a little messy, and I do have rubber gloves because I know that's gonna get messy. So, don't forget a towel. Towels are very important.
there's a suggestion to heat the disc up
Hmm.
to make that vinyl more to peel easier.
I found that it's harder. The reason I say that is it gets more malleable and tears even more.
I feel like you have more chance for vinyl boogers, which annoy me.
Yeah.
Wander outside and grab some nature now. See, we're inspiring people. Look at us go. CJ's inspired. He wants to try nature stuff. Emily suggested using the airbrush, so like airbrushing would have been really cool. So CJ, I think that airbrush could be really beneficial. You could get like silhouettes or coat things in dye.
Well, I got nature, and I also weeded my yard for getting nature.
Double win.
If
you need some encouragement to go weed your yard, you could use your stuff for dye. Are you heating it in water or the dehydrator? I found out in water it peels super fast. It's true. Like if I put it under like hot running water, the vinyl does seem to peel really fast, but it's really annoying. This looks like you're doing like a Christmas video. You got like pine cones and evergreens.
Well, 'tis the season.
You didn't have any helicopters? Some helicopters could have been cool.
No, they're all gone.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll never not think of Jory with the gloves.
Okay. So, I'm just trying to look at like what would have the most texture and embossing in it.
Whatever's veiny.
Yes. Whatever's large and veiny. This could be cool. So, we want to do sunset colors, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it'd be more contrasty.
So, red, orange, yellow?
Yeah.
Red, orange, yellow? Or the other way?
My instinct was the other way, but I don't think it matters.
So red on the bottom to go to the yellow?
Yeah, is it a sunset or a sunrise, you know?
I think it's the same either way, but...
Sunrise.
Now, I'm going to use acetone because my reasoning is it's going to take the fastest.
Yeah, because you're not going to have a lot of... It's not going to absorb a lot of medium, so I think that makes sense. I like it.
And what I'm going to do is... I'm debating if I want to like take a dropper and drop it on, or if I want to take a brush and brush it on. Yeah.
I think you're going to want to go dropper.
Yeah. Okay.
It's going to waste a little more medium, but...
That's fine.
It might evaporate kind of fast with a brush. I guess it depends on if you have a big fat brush, that might be good.
All right. Well, here goes nothing. So, ooh, that's kind of cool. The dye just like soaked in all the veins.
Oh. Cool. I mean, that towel's gonna look cool. You get any like around the outside?
Yeah. I am gonna brush just to make sure it's
like even. Yeah, I think that's a good way. You went yellow. Is that gonna be top or bottom?
Top. Damn it. Top.
It's okay. Do whatever you want. I think you can kind of like overlap a little with these colors. It might be kind of cool.
Yeah.
If it shows up at all, we don't know. We're really winging it here, people. It's good.
Oh man.
Kind of like a sponge.
It is. It's not as cool, but I don't know if you can see that too well. Yellow's hard to see.
Yeah, that's cool.
So the black.
I would do another yellow.
Yes, the black did kind of smear.
It's gonna. I told you.
I hate when you're right. Hate when you're right.
I know.
All right. Do some more. But yeah, think nature with a lot of deep embossment would work really well.
I think press it with your whole hand down. Maybe get like the outline of it. It's about the same. It's about the same.
Yeah, I think it kind of slipped a little. Okay. Okay. Well, that's a leaf. Um, yeah. I think of. I feel like the pine leaves would be good for like scraping stuff. This.
Oh yeah, do like a wispy.
I might
Do
do
like
that.
dip it and do a wispy.
I might do that with a darker color.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's get orange up in this business.
Do it.
Grab another leaf from my nature pile.
So you're gonna go coniferous on the night side and deciduous on the day side.
Now you're getting all technical. Also, I was also curious to see how the acetone would affect nature.
Right?
Like if it would
It just falls apart immediately.
yeah. Oh, shit.
I think you need more dye. You gotta like really like, let's see. Dreamsicle? Creamsicle is really aggressive, so maybe they'll be more noticeable. No.
I, well, let's try that again. Put more dye on and press a little bit harder, shall we? Okay. Take two.
Won't the leaf transfer its color with acetone? Probably not, but it could. Ooh, there we go.
Yeah.
What about like a negative space? So like take a brush, put the leaf down and go like around the edges so you have like leaf outlines in the background. It'd be fun.
It could be. With the black smearing, I don't want to use acetone doing that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Um, yeah. Well, let's do a red leaf. Then we can do which, well, I'd like to have something behind there.
Yeah.
Maybe I can do another yellow to fill in
Do
the
more
white.
yellows and then do that with oranges and reds, like around the edges.
Yeah.
So Roxy said, won't the leaf transfer its color with acetone? These dyes are specifically designed for plastic. So something natural like a leaf, it's pretty unlikely that it's going to have the kind of compounds you need to like get into the plastic. But who knows? We're experimenting here. It could happen. I did try to make natural dyes before.
Okay.
Oh, Brittany's idea with a sponge. Use your natural sponge and sponge around the leaf.
Okay. I got a natural sponge and I can sponge.
That was Emily's idea.
I'm curious about the sponging if like it's gonna like bleed underneath, so it's not gonna be as defined.
Yeah, this is like a case where like it'd be kind of cool if you dipped it in glue and glued it down, or like paint glue on it, glued it down, you know, let it dry in layers and then go over it. But I don't think there's quite time for that. But
yeah.
this is kind of inspiring some different ideas. I think it's good.
Uh-huh. Want a nice flat leaf that has a lot of texture.
Yeah.
So something like that and kind of
Yeah. Do it where the yellow is. So like take it from the middle and put the tips of the leaf. Yeah, like turn it a little bit more
this
the other
way
way.
or this way.
Yeah, like that. Well, I guess you could go with the trees though. That'd be kind of nice.
Oh. Well, give that a try.
Yeah.
Brush.
Tread lightly, she says.
I'm still
Start.
brush or sponge.
Yeah, I think brush does have benefits for sure. I think the sponge is more likely to like get underneath the leaf, whereas the brush you can kind of like brush the excess away or
Sponge
like
it is.
control. What?
Well,
What?
the reasoning is the sponge will have less dye on it. So
No, the sponge is gonna have more dye on it.
not maybe, but
All right, we'll see.
I know you're right, but I don't care.
I like Defiant, Dave. It's fun.
Yeah, so I'm just kind of on my towel with me, but
Oh, you're dabbing off. Okay, you dab.
yeah,
Leaf shape.
kind
And I
of.
think layer it with different colors. It's
But
gonna make a cool effect either way.
yeah, I guess. This sucks.
It's just gonna have a cool effect. It's gonna be great.
Sure. Trust the process. At least I used nature, right?
That's right.
Right. Okay.
And you can take different leaves and do that with different colors.
Yes.
There'll be like subtle leaf shapes in there, but
All right.
still look like a sky.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's going to do it for this stream. If you want to head over to the member stream where we finish this up, or throw it away. We'll see.
I'll take it. I throw a lot, so.
Okay. Well, we tested using leaves and applying it, and it yellow kind of worked. It's just basically looks like a sponge texture.
It looks cool. That's better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to look like a leaf. You used nature. That's the point.
Yes. So if you want to be an organic dyer,
Good luck.
yes. So, all right, guys. Thanks for tuning in, and would love to see what you come up with for your November Dye-a-Thon. So again, the theme is nature, and if you submit your creation and post it on the website, you'll get entered to win a white dyeable disc. So why not? You get to dye something, and you could potentially win a dyeable disc, and the chances are really, really good because there's not really a whole lot of submissions, but still like to see what you created.
Can you explain to members how they continue watching?
So if you become a member, well, if you just sign up now, we have to send the email. But members, we have a member only section, and we do the member only Q&A type thing after this. So if you want to ask some questions or finish watching this this that we're working on, so yeah, you go to dyersguild.co/membership, and we have different levels of membership that you can sign up for, and any level that you sign up for will get into the member only stuff, but also it helps out us tremendously because it helps support the website and collecting leaves, because these aren't cheap. So yes, yeah, if you signed up recently, I'll check my emails and send you a link, but members should have gotten a link already.
They have the link in their email. That's
Yes.
what I was looking for.
Yes. That was a long-winded answer for that, but all right, guys. Talk to you guys later.
Find your line.
Craft your piece. Oh, why did I